皆さんこんにちは. It's me, Shogo.
And Harumi.
Hi guys, thank you so much. Welcome back to another episode of Shogo and Harumi's podcast. Thank you so
Yay,
much.
thank
So it's
you.
really rare. We're actually recording this in the morning. It's still about 9:30 a.m. in Japan time. We usually do this at nighttime when our kids are asleep. But
Yes.
we were supposed to be recording this last night, but I couldn't wake up after putting my kids to sleep. So we're actually doing it today. And today is the day that we usually have to record, post the videos or podcasts.
Yes.
On Shogo and Harumi's podcast. So basically, recording the podcast that we're going to be posting on the same day. So it's very brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's recorded right now. It was delivered to you immediately, kind of thing. Yeah. And our son is over there in another room. You can see him, but he's watching a YouTube video on his iPad. We usually don't like having him on his iPad for a long time, but this is the only way to keep him quiet while we record this. But anyways, today's actually a very special day for Harumi and I. It's actually our anniversary. Yes,
Yay!
For dating and also for marriage. Yeah, we basically, submitted the paperwork for marriage, kind of thing. You know, all that paperwork that we had to do to get married. You know, we submitted that on the same day that we started dating. Yeah. So that, by the way, the day we started dating was actually exactly 10 years ago. Yeah.
Wow, a decade.
Yes, so January 14th is actually our anniversary, and it's been a decade since we started dating. And marriage, we got married after dating for 3 years, so marriage is 7 years now.
Yeah.
Yes, we can't believe it. Yeah, there was a short video that I made on Let's Ask Shogo. The title is Dear Harumi, and I found it by coincidence. It popped up on my feed, because it was exactly 2 years ago.
Same day.
Exactly. We were sharing that. We were looking back at some memories and stuff, but it's been 10 years. Yeah, it's been 10 years. I don't know if it feels fast or slow. I have no clue.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what? So we've been together for 10 years, but more than half of it, we've been raising kids.
Yeah.
So, because Hinata is going to be 7 this year. So 10 years together, and then Hinata is 7. So basically, after we got married, we immediately had our first child. So basically, raising 3 babies, is not a time of your life when you have a lot of memories left in your brain in the first place. Everything is taken away from your stamina, your youth, yes, your energy, and everything is stolen from you in that time in your life, So we don't remember much of it, But at the same time, though, it really doesn't feel like time flies, though. Because we are always, of course, doing new things, not just our kids, but of course, new projects and because this 10 years is when all of the projects we're doing now, like YouTube and online lessons and, tourism industry stuff and all that kind of stuff all happened during these 10 years. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like before starting my company too, So, all that kind of stuff happened during these 10 years. So, so we're going to talk a little bit about, the 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, how it started. Yeah, we talked a little bit about this on Let's Ask Shogo, actually, when we talked a little bit about when we started dating. Yeah. Zen is touching the volume of his iPad, so it suddenly gets bigger and then suddenly smaller again. But
It's almost
so we
theme song.
the Thomas, the train. Yeah. So anyways, when we started dating, we actually met in Beijing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after talking a little bit about how we met and stuff, we want to talk a little bit about, because a lot of people ask us how to, what should I say, maintain a long-term good relationship kind of thing.
Oh.
Yes. I think a lot of some, YouTubers, influencers would like go out on the streets and, interview couples and such. I mean, we've only been together 10 years, so I'm not sure how much our advice is actually useful and such, but yeah, we still wanted to talk a little bit about it. So anyways, when we first met, we were actually both in Beijing. I was in Beijing for 1 year study abroad, and Harumi was there for 5 years for university.
Yeah.
And one of our years was together, basically, in Beijing. And I was actually in Beijing in the year when I turned 20 years old. And in Japan, that's a really important year for us, because it's called it actually was just yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday.
Yeah, it's called Seijin no Hi, which means you're a full grown up kind of thing, because you're 20. Yeah, and you wear kimono. The girls would wear a certain type of kimono called burisode. The guys would wear like a suit and such, and will take part in ceremonies. Yeah. What?
I'm really curious why guys just wearing suit.
I have no clue. I mean, the people who wear kimonos, the impression is that they're, what should I say, a little bit kind of like delinquents, if that makes sense.
Delinquents?
Yankee.
Ah,
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny.
It's really weird. When you wear kimonos, they usually
weird.
wear the super fancy, flashy type kimono that's like, red and gold and
Far here.
and fur on the neck and everything. Yes, and basically they would be like wearing, riding motorbikes without no helmets, no helmets and everything, and it'd be like, creating trouble, while drinking, while driving, all that kind of stuff. Police have to come out. It's an important timing, but also it's a very troublesome timing for
every
Japan
year.
too. Every year there's always like violence happening too between gangs, young gangs fighting each other and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. I think it's getting a little bit easier now because Japan itself is getting a lot older, but yeah. Is there any way we can stop that, by the way? It's probably very, very loud.
Okay.
Can you guys hear it? I mean, we have a very good microphone, right? So, like, sometimes even when someone pushes the doorbell, you can't even hear the sound. So maybe you're not hearing this, but us recording this podcast right now, the sound of Zen's iPad is extremely loud. And Hanemi's now over there to try to turn it down a little bit. You want to close the door, sweetie? Maybe that'd be a little bit better?
Maybe, yeah.
This is so realistic, how we're raising our kids, I think it'll be a bit loud. I mean, there's nothing inside that room. It's not safe, so it should be okay. Yeah, hopefully that's better. Yeah, it's better than doing nothing. But anyways, yeah, so going back to how we started dating. So when we were in Beijing, and then again, Seijin no Hi, so that's the full-grown ceremony kind of thing. And I was actually in Beijing at that timing, so I wasn't able to take part in the ceremony in Japan. So everyone usually goes back to their home city to take part in the Seijin Shiki, which is a ceremony, everyone wearing the official clothes and all that kind of stuff. But I was in Beijing, so I wasn't allowed to go back to Japan. There were some students who secretly went back to Japan to take part in the ceremonies, but they got in a lot of trouble. Actually, because that's the contract between my university that I graduated and between Beijing University, that the students don't go back in between, because there could be a lot of trouble happening in between. And of course, if you want the degrees, yes, from the university, staying in China, during the holiday seasons, experiencing things, meeting people, traveling, that's part of the studying. Because Beijing University, if they say that, oh, we actually had a couple of, Japanese people studying at our university, we have to have good results. Otherwise, the Beijing University is their esteem is gonna go lower.
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah. So anyways, I was in Beijing, but what's great is that in China though, there's a lot of people who study Japanese, who like Japanese culture. So there was kind of like it's not an actual official Seijin Shiki, but it was something really close to that. So the Chinese people who are interested in Japanese culture can experience it. And of course, the Japanese students who are in Beijing to study abroad who are turning 20 could participate in it too. But the thing is that the way I participated in it is a little bit special. I wasn't actually sitting in the chairs, with the suits on and everything. I was actually there as one of the performers on stage. So at this Seijin Shiki, there was a lot of different speeches, there were a lot of performances and all that kind of stuff. And basically, I was there actually to perform soranbushi, which soranbushi is a traditional dance from Hokkaido. Yes, it's a dance that the fishermen would dance and sing together to, what should I say, give each other power and energy, because it's a lot of hard work, right? You have to put up those, what do you call them? Oh my gosh. I have no clue what it is, but anyways, you have to work together, push and pull and all that kind of stuff to get the fish, right? Yeah. So
net.
Yeah, the net. That's the word we're looking for. The fish nets. Yes, and you have to pull them, and you catch a lot of fish and all that kind of stuff. So basically, there's a dance called soda, which is really famous. A lot of young kids in Japan, students, will all dance it at some point in their their school
everyone
life.
knows.
Yeah, everyone knows about it. If you're Japanese, everyone knows about soranbushi. But anyways, so I was there to do that, and the reason is because in Beijing there was an international festival at the university, and in the university there's a stage performance for each country students that was there. And for Japan's team, we did it kind of like a small show kind of performance. There's a lot of different anime characters and video game characters, and we're all dancing and such. And the other performance was soranbushi, actually. Yeah, and a lot of people, because we actually won grand championship in the stage performance. Yeah, so there was a lot of other countries, like the U.S., of course, Canada, France, some South African countries too, and all that kind of stuff, India, and they all did performances, but Japan won #1 actually. We won grand championship, our team.
Awesome.
So because of that, I mean, the TV media came and everyone, and so a lot of people knew about our soranbushi performance. So the people actually asked us, would it be okay if you can do that performance that you did at that festival at Beijing University at the Seijin Shiki too, that we're going to be doing at in China, in Beijing. So we did that, and Harumi was actually on stage too, also for a speech at that timing. So Harumi is actually, well, in terms of grade, yeah, she is 2 years older than me. So her friends, Harumi's friends, are all 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Now Harumi herself, though, was born on April 1st, and we're not kidding, by the way. April 1st, she was really born on April 1st. So April 1st is actually the very last day when the grade changes. So from April 2nd, you basically come. That's the first day of that year, that grade basically.
Yes.
So first grade, second grade, third grade of school, right? Yeah. That grade when it starts is April 2nd in Japan. Yeah, which is very different from around the world because I'm pretty sure it's summertime when that break time is. Let us know when that day specifically is. I'm pretty sure it's different in each country. Yeah, but in Japan it's April 2nd. So Harumi is born in April 1st, so she was like the very last day basically to be in that grade. Yeah, so that's older basically. So yeah, Harumi is only, in terms of year, she's only 1 year older than me, but grade she's 2 years older than me. So if I was in middle school first year, she'll be in middle school third year. That means So she was there as a person delivering a speech saying that I became seijin 2 years ago, 1 year ago kind of thing. You know, and I really hope that my kohai, my juniors who are turning 20 this year, please please enjoy your life, do challenge a lot of things and let's have fun kind of thing.
I made a speech
in Chinese. In Chinese, exactly. And our other friend that we still meet once in a while, like every year maybe. Yeah, she actually did it in Japanese. Yes, exactly. She's half Chinese too, I think. Yeah, Ika-san, right? Yeah, exactly. That's right. So both of them were wearing the furisode, and furisode is the type of kimono that's considered like almost third from top, I think. It's really high grade.
It's highest.
Is the highest?
It's highest for non-marriage.
Oh, okay, not married.
Not married ladies. Women. Yeah.
Yes. Ladies. The word you would use in this situation would be women. Yeah, exactly. For women who are not married. Yeah, furisode is the highest rank. So it's a really, really long, these sleeves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen it in video games or anime. The girls, when they're wearing kimono, it would usually be the furisode. Their sleeves are super long, almost as long as the whole kimono itself. Yeah. Exactly. So Harumi was wearing that, and then after that, there was like kind of an after party kind of thing for people who were on the, should I say, running the ceremony side. Yeah, not the people who are participating, but the people who are running the ceremony. So, all the other speech, who delivered their speeches, other performers. Yeah, it was like this party. And that's when Harumi and I first talked. Yes. Yay. Exactly. So it was kind of like I don't know how you call it in English properly, but it's like a buffet style. So you would go around and get the food and then find a random table and just sit down. There's like no fixed seats basically. So Harumi she had to take off her makeup, and you had to take off your makeup, and you have to take off your risotto and everything. So it took a little bit of time. So you were late to the party, I think.
Really? Yeah. Did I change my clothes? I think I was wearing furisode still.
No, you changed your clothes.
Really?
You did. Yes. You did take it off. You still had your makeup on though. So I couldn't recognize your face was very different when I actually met you a few days later. But
that's right.
Yeah, you had very, a lot of heavy makeup on, so your face looked totally different. But you took off your furisode. That's the reason why you were late. And that's the reason why you didn't have anywhere to sit. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you came late, exactly, with the other person who did the speech together. And so that's the reason why Harumi came to the buffet party, and then there was nowhere to sit or nowhere to stand to eat. Yeah, so I open up a seat for her. Yeah, so for you. Yeah, I'm like talking to you guys, I'm talking to Harumi at the same time, so it's really difficult. But I cleaned up some of the plates and come over here. You can sit over here. I saw you. I saw you at the speech, and you must be what I was actually doing the performance, and we talked for the first time, and then we found out for the first time then that Harumi is actually 100% Chinese. Was born and brought up in Fukuoka, and I was like, that's amazing. Having a friend like that be great. And then we call it WeChat. That was the message app that we use in China, and we exchanged that. And then 3 days later, so that was January 13th. Yes, 10th we met for the first time, and then 13th we actually decided to go and have lunch together. And if you guys have been watching Last House Shogo for a while, you've probably heard the story like maybe 2 or 3 times already. Yeah. But we went to a Korean restaurant. There's actually a place called Udako where there's a lot of Korean bars and clubs and all that kind of stuff. And it's a really popular place for students in China, in Beijing. So we met up there. We actually had some Korean food. We met up at 12. It was noon. Yeah, and then we were there probably until like 2 or something, and then we moved over to Starbucks because we still wanted to talk. We went over to Starbucks, which was across the street, and then we were there from 3 to 9 o'clock for 6 hours. And then we were talking that Harumi used to play play the clarinet. I used to play the guitar. I was actually in a chorus club, and we both like music. That's great. How about we go to karaoke? So from 9 o'clock to almost midnight, we went to karaoke on my electric motorbike kind of thing. Went over there, and then even after midnight, because it was too late, Haruhi was like, hey, it's a little bit scary to go home at this time. Beijing taxis back at that time is a little bit scary. Sometimes there's bad people, of course, driving those taxis. So she was like, oh, okay, then why do you want to come over to my dorm? That was where I was staying that when I was still a student. And then she was like, yeah, why not? And then we went back to our dorm together. We were drinking some beer and some sake and such. And Harumi could not drink, by the way. What's crazy is that's the day, among these 10 years, that's the day that Harumi drank the most.
The most.
Yeah. Because Harumi will easily, return what she ate that day with just one cup of beer, basically. One sip of beer, almost. Yeah. Well, that day, I think you drank a whole cup and you were drinking some sake, too, and you didn't say anything. So I was like, I think, if you didn't say anything, I'd be just pouring you more. Because I can, hold my cup. So we say hold your cup if you can drink a lot of alcohol. Oh. So so I can drink. So I was like, giving her more, and then Harumi was getting really drunk, and I didn't notice at all. But we were watching some movies. We actually watched three movies. Yeah. And you still remember which movies there are, but and it was 4 a.m. in the morning. So basically, we met up at noon, and then past 12 hours, and an extra 4 hours, 16 hours, and we were watching a movie at my room, in my dorm. And then, again, we were friends, right? We met up as friends, but from the karaoke, it was already a little bit weird because we were sitting right next to each other, and when we were watching that movie at my room, Harumi was I was sitting on my bed, and there was a small table, a low table in front of us. I had my computer, and we were showing, a movie on that, and then Harumi was sitting on the floor, right in front of me, like in between my legs, basically. So does that make sense? Yeah, because I'm sitting on a bed, and, I had my legs open, and we were facing the same direction. And we have a table in front of us. Harumi's sitting on the floor, I'm sitting in the bed, and then Harumi's sitting in between my legs. Like, that's not a friend distance, right? And there was a timing when I was like, I think we should start dating. Yeah. And then Harumi was super, super surprised. He stood up immediately and ran to the corner of the room. Like, are you serious? We just met, And then, but in the end, we were like, yeah, we should do this. And then we started dating. And then, after that, there were so many people who were like, oh, that relationship is not going to last. It's a one-night kind of thing. And we didn't actually have a one-night kind of thing at that time, by the way. But, so everyone was like, you guys are not going to last that long.
It's just for a between, in the, how to say it, 留学中.
Yeah, during study abroad.
During study abroad. And we'll break up.
Very soon, right?
Very soon.
Yeah, exactly. So I think a lot of people understand this if you've ever done any study abroad or stay overseas in a long period of time. But because when you're overseas for a long period of time, you're very excited, Of course, you're very excited. You kind of become a different version of yourself, speaking different languages and such. And we say that too. So a lot of people said that you're just really excited right now that you're overseas and studying abroad, and you met this new person. It's just not going to last that long. And then, as a result, we were the first ones to get married, first ones to have children among all of our friends. Yeah, exactly. And we still have an amazing relationship that we can still do a podcast together. Yes, all the businesses we do together. Of course, we have 3 kids. We do everything together almost. We still get along. A lot of every time some people would always say, oh, that's not going to work out for you. That's not going to work out for you. That's not going to work out for you either. And everything worked out for us. Yes. Starting from how we dated, when we started dating, from how we had kids at a very young age, how we do businesses together. Oh, no, couples should not do businesses together. Family business is not going to work. It's working out for us very well. A lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people, on this, I think there's a lot of different values too, and it's totally understandable if you have different rules in your family. But like, for example, Harumi and I have only one bank account, basically. A lot of family, couples would have our bank account and then your bank account, my bank account kind of thing, to not get in trouble, Well, you only have one. Yes. And a lot of people are like, no, you should have separate bank accounts. What if you divorce? What if you break up? No, nothing is, this totally fine for us, So none of those, typical theories of how a couple, relationship won't work kind of thing has never applied for us. And of course, every time, because there's so many people talking about it on social media, of course, people who we actually meet tell us every single time. So every time we do get a little bit worried, in the past, but now we're very confident that every time someone says that, it never applied to us. Yeah, so right now we're very confident everything's gonna work out for us anyways. Yeah, but that's how we met. Yes, and then from there, of course, I came back to Kyoto first because my study abroad period was over, and then we graduated, so she came over to Kyoto, and we started living together, but that was very troublesome in the beginning because Harumi was a very, very protected daughter by her father. Yeah. It's a very good way to say it. Very well protected, well protected person. So she was basically not allowed to make her own choices. Yeah. Nothing. She was not allowed to make decisions on her own. Yeah. No, seriously. Yeah. Because my sister-in-law really called her sister Harumi. Yeah. A robot. Because she really didn't know what she liked or what she wanted to do. So what's crazy is that when we met for the first time, it was you were at the level of, okay, let's order something to eat. What do you, I would like to order this. What do you want? And then you didn't know what you wanted to order.
Really?
Remember that? No, you didn't. No, we used to talk about this.
Oh,
we used to talk about
really?
this. Yeah, yeah. You couldn't even decide what to eat. You know, because maybe if you're like with your best friends, that'd be different. But when you met me for the first time, it was kind of like still like a not official relationship. You were in your outside mode, right? You know.
That's right.
Yeah. So then you were like, I don't know what I want to eat. What do you mean you don't know what to eat? Just choose something from the menu. Yeah. And then after that, too, whenever I always talk about I want to do this in the future, I was super young. I had nothing achieved yet, but I was always, a person who would be talking about my dreams and goals and all that kind of stuff.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
Boy.
Good way to say that. Yeah, ambitious boy. And a different way to say it was just a crazy person that haven't started anything yet. Yeah, so a lot of people were seeing me as a crazy person, too. But yeah, so whenever we talked about, like, what do you want to do in the future? What is your goals? What do you want to do in the future? You were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never even thought of that before,
I don't have any idea for my life.
Yeah, exactly. So it was all decided by your father or your family. Yeah, so
going
at that time.
Abroad.
Yeah. Studying where to go to study and all that kind of stuff. So everything was decided by your family. So and then finally, it was your first time breaking out of that cage. Tearing off those chains you had on your legs and your arms, and you finally came over to Kyoto without getting permission. Starting living with me, and then of course it was really really hard. The family stuff. Between families and all that kind of stuff. But we were able to overcome that. Yeah, there were a lot of days and nights where Harumi was crying all night long. All that kind of stuff, but we were able to overcome that, and now my father-in-law, Harumi's father, and I have a very good relationship. Hopefully, yes, we have a really good relationship.
He loves you.
Yeah, he likes me very much, which is great. Yeah, because I take care of his daughter very well. I think because I love her, because I love his daughter very much.
He knows that.
Yeah, exactly. He finally understands that. I mean, he understood in the very first part of our relationship. If it's 10 years, Right now, I think it's like the very beginning, considering that we've been together for 10 years now. So
he just cannot accept the new things.
Yeah,
new person.
Now that
idea.
I have two daughters, I can totally understand. I wouldn't react the same way he did. I wouldn't first of all raise my daughters in the same way he did. Yeah, but still, it's totally understandable. Like. You've been taking care of your daughters so much. You loved your daughters. You did everything for them, and they loved you too. When they were younger. I'm sure that probably changes once they get older, like become teenagers and such and stuff. But still, you put so much love and care into your daughters, and then suddenly this very young man shows up. Most cases, right? Most cases they're very young. Yeah, just around the same age as their daughter, right? I mean, maybe they might be older, but still, usually they're not old as you are, right? And then you look back at your life when you were 20, when you were like 18, 19, 20 something. You were stupid, right? You knew nothing. You didn't know how to earn money. You don't know how to do stuff inside the house. You don't have any experience. And then this boy starts saying that I want to have your daughter. I want to be with your daughter, and she's not going to be with you anymore. Like that's really really hard to trust. Yeah, because you look back at yourself. I mean, when I was 20 something, I had nothing. So I totally understand now. Yeah, seeing my daughters and such. But still, it was really really should I say. That breaking those chains between father and daughter was really hard at that time. But afterwards, we had our weddings, we got married, we actually did we actually held a graduation party kind of thing, and then that graduation party where we had like 50 friends coming over, we actually rented a whole big not studio but like a party hall kind of thing, and there was like karaoke, huge screen and karaoke, and I called it a graduation party because that was the timing when we all graduated, me and my friends. And Harumi was actually older, so she already graduated, but she came over to the party because everyone knew her from studying abroad and all that kind of stuff. And we called it a graduation party, but what it really was me, proposing to Harumi party. So there was a certain song that I sang actually that we both loved, loved, and in between that song, I had a friend stop the karaoke machine in between, pause it, and then I got down on my knees, and I actually had this ring that I made. Yes, by hand. I didn't like go to a brand shop and buy it. I made it with hand. It's actually recently I think it's really popular.
Sweet.
Yeah,
really?
Making your own rings.
Yeah,
I think in our generation it's really popular. Yes.
Yeah, but I think mostly they go by the brand.
Oh really? Oh okay. Like our sister-in-law too is almost getting married. Did she get married already? Yes, she did. And she got married,
Nikki?
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Your sister-in-law, yeah. She actually made her ring together with her husband, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think she did, I think. Maybe she did that because she knew that we did it, but...
Yeah, and she really loves making...
Yeah, she loves handcraft.
Handcraft.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, the thing is that I recently see a lot of those shops, though. Like, near Yushinkan, Kyoto, where I hold the samurai training activity, there's actually a new place where you can make the rings, and I see a lot of couples.
That brand.
Yeah. There's a lot of couples always inside, making rings. Sometimes travelers, because they're in Japan together. Sometimes they're on honeymoons. They're actually on anniversaries.
Right.
But just as an occasion to say that you were in Japan, they would make rings together. Yeah. So that actually happens too for people who are traveling as well.
I love our handmade rings.
Yeah. So I actually made the engagement ring, and then we went together to the same shop to make the marriage ring too. Yeah.
I think you chose that ring because I don't really like the brand ring.
Yeah. We never have any of those expensive brand kind of stuff. So
I don't like that concept. So
you're not a big fan.
No, not a big fan.
Yeah. So anyways, so we paused the song, and I got down on my knees, and I proposed to me, "Will you marry me?" And she said yes. So my friend
actually posed.
Yeah. I think it was frozen though. Yeah. Your brain went into the universe.
Yeah.
So, everyone was. So it's really funny. So because Harumi, when I said, "Will you marry me?" Harumi was frozen for a second. So my friends were like, "Is this a tragedy happening right now, or is she gonna say yes or no?" There's an awkward moment actually, just like a few seconds though. Actually, in real life, is a few seconds. It felt like forever, but it was actually 4 seconds that you were paused. But yeah, my friends were like, "Is this gonna be okay?" Like I heard it should be a success, but and it was a success, of course. Yeah, that's why we're here. But so Harumi said yes, and then my friends started to play the music again on the karaoke, and then everyone sang the last part together. Yeah. So that was like the surprise. Yeah. But I was like, because I didn't run any businesses at that time. I didn't like have any experience of holding events. So the really awkward part was that after that song was over, there was no background music. It was like silent. Everyone sang together, "Congratulations," and it was like very silent. So what do we do now? And we actually had an after party too. After that,
I don't really remember an after thing.
Oh really? We took a group photo.
But I don't remember how we get home.
Oh really? Okay.
I was just really.
We went to Shishin after that. I was working at a samurai restaurant, so we went to Shishin after that as a second party. And then everyone came over to my house. And then we did that again at the wedding too.
Yep.
Wedding though, this after party was at a restaurant where Harumi designed the menu. Yes, Appet Burger.
Yeah.
In the Kawaramachi area in Kyoto. Yes. And then we did a third party at our house. Where I was asleep basically. Both times. The third party I was always asleep. But yeah. And that's how we got married. And then at our wedding, we actually announced for the first time that we have a baby. Harumi has a baby in her stomach. Yeah. And no one, only like 1 or 2 people knew about it. My mother knew about it. Your mother and your family knew about it. One of my friends, I think Kazu, knew about it too. He found out by accident. Yeah, because you suddenly order non-caffeine coffee
tea or something.
Yeah, when we went to a cafe together, and it was like really awkward. Yeah, I think he found out too. Yeah, and then all of your other friends though didn't know at all. Yeah. So that was a huge surprise before we went into the wedding. Yeah. So there was like this opening video that was played in the wedding hall, and we were outside still, doors, and everyone was waiting for us to come in. And then there was an opening video that was played on the huge screen, and then there was our memories and how we met and all that stories, and then at the very end, there's a surprise for everyone. We're actually going to be a mom and dad, you know. And then we find the doors open. We walked inside, and it was like everyone was screaming. Seriously, you already have a baby? That's so awesome, you know. Yeah, it's probably one of the best memories of my life. I think something that I'll definitely remember at the moment I die, maybe as a grandpa kind of thing. But
Grandpa Shogo.
It was a great memory. And then from there we had our kids, and then we started our business. And then COVID came, and then business, fell over, and then we had a very hard, tragic time of trying to survive without any proper jobs, trying to make money from just one computer during COVID. And then we had two of our other kids, and then we had YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and it just leads to today. Yeah, so that's how we met, and that's how everything worked out. Yes. So from my point of view, how a relationship, because my younger sister and brother are both not married yet, and they very often ask me like brother, Onita, how you were able to be so confident about your marriage? Like, how would you know that this is the person that you're going to be together for your whole life? That's one thing they would always ask. And the second thing is, how do you maintain such a good relationship? And the reason why they ask is because my mother and father had a terrible relationship. They got divorced when I was a high school student. They have been constantly fighting since I was in elementary school. So my younger brother, who is 7 years younger than me, he has not had a father since he was in elementary school, basically. Because I was a high school student, he was still elementary, so he doesn't know what a father is in the first place. That's how bad our parents' relationship was. Right now they're both very happy, so that's totally fine. But as a relationship kind of thing that you would look up close is your mom and dad, right? They didn't work out at all, but I'm doing a great job. So how did you do it? Is something they always ask. But number one, how you decide who your partner is, from my point of view, guys, please let us know what you think too. But in the end, it's nothing. You had no confidence. It's the same thing, for businesses too. Like when the first time I said we're gonna be aiming for 1 million subscribers on Let's Ask Shogo, I had no clue if we're actually gonna be doing that. I don't really care about that. I think one of my functions as a human being is a little bit broken or something. But my younger brother, he's more of a very careful person. He makes decisions very carefully. My sister and I are like the crazy people. We don't think about it. We do it first and then we think about it later, kind of thing. So
That's fun.
I don't have brakes, basically.
Brakes?
So I don't have, brakes like a car. I don't have brakes on a bicycle. Yeah, I don't have any brakes on I don't have any brakes. So when I think about it, when I want to do it, I do it, kind of thing. So yeah, for proposing to her to me, and all that kind of stuff, I had no second thoughts. Like I was not worried about anything. Like, is this really going to work out? Will I really be able to, take care of Harumi for a whole life? I was not worried about anything. What's crazy is that Harumi was not worried about anything either.
Yeah.
Harumi was not even worried about everything when we were going through COVID. When we had nothing.
I don't worry anything.
Yes, when I was only able to make like 20,000 yen a month, or something like that. Harumi was still not even worried that Shogo he'll do something and he'll make this work somehow, kind of thing. So that's number one. You don't think about it, you do it. If you love that person, just love that person. There's nothing more to be worried about. When it happens, worry about it. If it hasn't happened yet, don't worry about it. It hasn't happened yet. That's my mindset. And number two, how you maintain a good relationship. This is really something that's very obvious, but I believe a lot of people struggle to do, is that when you're in a relationship, what's more important has to be your partner. But what really a lot of people struggle with, from my point of view, watching social media and typical breakups and such, is that a lot of people tend to say that I want to be loved more. I want you to be doing this for me. I want you to do more chores. I want you to earn more money. I want you to be more beautiful. Stay beautiful. No. If you want a good relationship, what you do for your partner has to be your happiness. Does that make sense? Yeah. Not having your partner do something for you, from my point of view, Harumi doing something for me, of course, I'm very happy about that. I just feel very sorry at the same time, though. I want to do more for you. And doing more for Harumi makes me happier. And then it's the same for Harumi, too. This is how a healthy relationship, finally lasts, I personally feel. Doing more for each other makes each other happier. If you don't have that system, I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Because you can't constantly ask someone to do something for you. That's not how human relationships as a whole, not just a couple kind of relationship, but mother and mother, father and children, that kind of relationship, every relationship, a master apprenticeship, anything is the same. It doesn't work that way. The more you give, the more happier you become. Is the kind of mindset that you need, I personally feel. And it's really a lot easier said than done, I believe. But that's something that's really necessary. So you need to find that person who you could do more and more and more for them, but you still feel happier. If you haven't found that person, then that person is not that person, I believe. That's the one and only advice I give to my siblings all the time. And of course, this is totally my personal opinion. And here comes our son. But would you agree with that? What would your opinion be?
Your son is here. He's coming.
What do you think?
I totally agree with your, because I think same way. For the first thing, I am not confident. How to say confident about about something, someone. So I'm not confident about me. Is it right?
I don't have that much confidence.
I don't have much confidence. Myself. But I'm fully confident about you.
Oh, okay. About Shogo. Okay.
So, like anything, the love you gave me, and what you are going to achieve, I'm really confident about you, like 100%.
Okay.
So I don't worry anything. So what you're going to challenge or what you want to do, I'm fully like go Shogo kind of thing. Trust you. Yeah.
How were you able to do that though?
I don't know.
Before I had any results, I was just a 20-year-old dude that did nothing before, but just go to school. How were you able to trust me that much though at that timing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Just feelings?
Just feeling.
Instinction? Just felt that way?
It's just felt that way, and you love me so much, and I can I can know because you say and your behavior, I really know that you love me so much, and of course. So I don't have that like couples troubles. Like I don't know he's doing what,
if he loves me or not,
or not, or what he's doing now, or that kind of stuff.
Oh, true. Okay.
I don't have any worries about like couples things.
Yeah.
So I was thinking nothing.
Oh, okay.
No worries there.
Yeah. You're that kind of person in the first place. You don't really think so deeply about stuff.
Yeah,
which is great.
Simple.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a really good part too. Yes. So again, in the end, I think it's luck. Luck is huge too. Luck is huge too. Yeah. And
also the thing you said secondly.
Yeah.
Like I'm that kind of person too, I think.
Okay.
I really I hope you are doing better. Like it's so hard to say. Like it's really same concept, but I really love I'm doing things for you.
Yeah.
And if you're doing things for me, I'm feeling sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You still have that feeling.
Yeah, still crazy, have. Thankful, but still sorry.
Yeah, that's right. So, like all the skills, like most of the skills that Harumi has, achieved and obtained through these years, like designing, video editing, everything is all to support what I thought up and want to do, the projects that I want to achieve, Yeah, I mean, of course, you do love design itself. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's really more about, because the thing is that if you love design itself, then you would go around and do other people's designs too, right?
Yeah,
you don't like doing other people's designs. You like doing the designs of projects that I think up of, right?
Yeah.
And I'm doing so. Exactly. That's
do you remember I had my business, or not business, I had my job.
Yeah, your own business that you're doing.
Beforehand. Before we start YouTube or
yeah.
But I cannot, I keep quitting because our like time staying up, how to say it, the life schedule is really different.
Okay.
So I couldn't maintain my like mental health.
Yeah.
So I cannot do that work. So I quit that job because our schedule is different.
That's right. Exactly.
So the most important thing of my life is you. The moment we get together.
Yeah.
I think because I was really robot-like.
Yeah.
So my life start at that time.
Oh, your life finally started? Became human? After you met me?
Yeah.
10 years ago?
Yeah, you told me what is happiness, what is like love, what is kindness, and what is like the choice you made in life. Yeah, all starts at that point. In my feeling.
Okay. 10 years ago. Then.
So you.
Well, happy birthday then. Happy birthday to you becoming a human then. 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm really thankful for my parents to raise me like that, and I can meet you in China.
Yeah, of course. Everything worked out. Yeah.
That is most thankful point, and also gave me the birth, gave me life. I'm really healthy now.
Yes.
Thanks to my parents. But my personal life start at that point, I think.
Okay. Makes sense. All right, we've been recording for more than 40 minutes, so we can keep on going. But we actually have to go on a date today.
Yay!
To celebrate our anniversary. We actually have a secret restaurant reserved. Well, unfortunately, it's lunchtime, so the options were very limited. Yeah, if it was dinner time, then we had, of course, more options, but we weren't able to find a babysitter, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's only during the daytime. So we have only Zen at home, so our two daughters are in kindergarten, so we got to head over to the lunch place right now. By the time you're listening to this, we probably already came back and we probably enjoyed it. So we'll let you know next week how it was and everything, too. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to our completely personal story. I don't know if this is meaningful or useful for anyone, but this is something that we because it's a show in Harumi's podcast. It's a couple podcasts. It's something really we want to talk
poor English.
with her poor English, it's totally fine. That's what we're trying to do right here. So when you have these occasions when you have to speak English, you'll probably. What should I say? Focus a little bit more on wanting to study, right? Like you should probably listen to a little bit more English more.
Yeah.
Your input is definitely not enough. Watch more movies or whatever, Like when you have the time, if you're going to be listening to a random YouTube channel, that's in Japanese, you should go and probably watch something in English. I think that'd be better. Yeah. And then those words and the rhythm will come back to you. Yes. You don't have the rhythm of speaking right now. Then it doesn't come out. Yes, exactly. You don't have to have the good vocabulary, but you need the rhythm though to speak.
You're right.
But anyways, I'm gonna have Harumi make the thumbnail right away, and I want to actually have this podcast scheduled before we go on that date. So we'll get going. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll be looking forward to your comments. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.